Hello, I'm Lindsay, and today I'm going to show you how to make a monster out of foam clay. Now, if you've never used foam clay before, you can usually buy a multi-pack like this in your local craft store, or you can buy it online. You have to be very careful not to let it dry. So when you open it, you'll see it's very squidgy and soft. And when you've used some, you have to make sure that you pop the lid on. You have to press it really hard so that it clicks shut all the way around. Otherwise it dries out and it's no good to use again. You can make designs which are flat, like this butterfly here. I cut out the shape with cardboard and I put the foam clay on this side. You could do both sides, of course. Or you can make a little snake like this with some googly eyes. But today we're going to concentrate on making a monster. So this is one I made yesterday, and we're going to make another one now. Now, to make the inside, you could use lots of foam clay, but to save some of your foam clay, I have a little trick. And I use kitchen foil. So what I'm going to do is scrunch it up into a ball. Use your thumb and your fingers and press it down. We're going to need it to be a bit bigger than that. So I'm going to take another piece and just wrap it round and keep scrunching. I'll try and get one that's similar size to this. If you don't have foil, you could use screwed up paper as well, but I think foil tends to scrunch up better. So I've roughly got a ball shape like that. Don't worry if it's not perfectly smooth, because once we put the foam clay on there, it will take shape. So let's pop my monster over there. I think I'm going to go with a purple body today. Because we're covering the body, I'll take a fair amount out. So you literally just pull it. You can see it's a sort of gooey consistency, a bit like proper clay, and it's got little plastic beads inside and it's all coloured. Now with foam clay, you don't want to spread it onto something because that sometimes ruins the consistency of it. So what we're going to do is, using your fingers and your thumb, you just press and spread. You want it to be the thickness of paper. So we keep pressing and squeezing with our fingers and our thumbs like this. Don't press too hard or else you make a hole in it. If you put it on and it's too thick, it just looks lumpy. So it just looks much better if you can get it as thin as paper. So then I'm going to take my piece of foil and I'm literally just going to cover it over and I'm going to press down on it. I'm not going to stretch it. If you have any folds like that, just use your thumb and just ease it around the foil. Just using your fingers and your thumbs to just carefully press down here onto the foil. That's just over half covered, so I'm going to do the same thing again. Fingers and thumbs, just very gently squeezing. It's lovely and squidgy, it's good fun this. Don't worry if this spreads bigger than the area that we need to cover, because it can still overlap on the other piece that we've just done. And I'm going to lay it over the foil that's not covered yet, and just gently, using your thumb and your fingers, smooth it into the foam clay that you've already put on there. I've got a little gap here. I'm just going to ease that over. Same here, just squeeze it together slightly. Just working it all in nicely so it's a nice smooth ball for the monster's body. But don't drag it too much because it spoils the texture. Okay, so I've got my body. It's time to decide what to do. I did have horns last time, so I think I'm going to go with horns again. But before I do that, I'm going to put some googly eyes in. That's my favourite bit. So we've got 3 eyes on this one, but I'm going to go with 4 eyes now. I've got 2 big ones and 2 small ones, so I think I'm going to have a big one here. So you need to press quite hard and then just get some foam clay just round the edges. Just push it round slightly to make sure that it stays where it is. Don't cover it too much, just enough to enclose the edges there, okay? I think I'm going to go with a small one next. And I'm going to put it slightly higher than that one. Just there. So again, gently press into the foam clay and with your finger or your thumb, just drag a little bit of foam clay gently around the edges, just to make sure your eye is going to stay. The other eye, oh now, where should we put that? There, let's put it there. That looks cool. There we are. I'm happy with that. So now I'm going to make some horns again. What colour shall I go for? I think I'm going to go with green. Carefully roll it between my fingers to make a horn shape. You can either do it between your fingers or you can put it on the table. And as I roll, I'm just moving my fingers slightly apart like this. Keep rolling so that we get a decent point on the end. And I'm just going to gently tap it on the table to give my horn a flat base. And then I'm going to gently pop it onto the head here. Gently squeeze it. And then with the plastic knife that comes with the packet, I'm going to very carefully press around the edges here to smooth the green onto the purple. Not too far, but just enough to make sure that it sticks. All the way around. There we go. You can either keep it straight or you can bend it around like this one. I think I'm going to keep it straight. There we are. The next thing I'm going to do, I think, is I'm going to make one big foot. Rather than 2 feet, I'm going to make a big foot for it to stand on. And I think I'm going to go with orange. I'm not going to make this paper thin this time because it's going to be the big foot. So I'm going to make it slightly thicker. I'm going to make it a bit of an oval shape, and then I'm just going to place it on the bottom. If you're standing on it, just to make sure you're happy with the position here. Okay, press down. You can use your fingers to slightly smooth it. And there he is, with his giant foot. Now I think I'm going to decorate those horns, so I'm only going to take a very small piece here. I think I'm going to do a long stripe. So again, you can use your fingers to roll, or you can do that on the table. Again, as you roll, just make your fingers slightly come apart from each other to make your stripe a bit longer. And I'm going to take his horn and just run the stripe along the front there. Now you can either press it down with your finger and thumb, or you can use your plastic knife to press. I'm going to use my thumb. Just squeeze gently to make that really pointed. That looks cool. Okay. And very gently, it's still a bit long. Let's take that piece off there. And then to finish off my monster, I think I'm going to put some spots over there. And we haven't used some blue yet, so I think we'll go for blue. And I'm just going to roll it like this on my hand and make a little ball shape. Pop it on there, press with your finger. Let's go for another one. You can also layer these spots up, so I'm going to take another piece of orange, I think, and I can actually make a smaller ball and pop it on top of these blue balls. And I'm going to put it just in the middle there. You can either press it flat or you can leave it like this. So there we are, another monster. This one I made yesterday. The eyes have stuck nicely and the surface, as you can see, is really dry. It also keeps its colour, so it's nice and bright, and he's solid enough to stand. And leave it for 1 to 2 days and then it will be really rock hard. I really hope you enjoyed making the monster with foam clay. See you soon. Bye bye.